everyone, it's Sensei Victoria Whitfield, your journey partner in business, welcoming you back to episode 72 of the Journeypreneur Podcast. This is your source for channeled holistic stress management techniques, guidance, inspiration, and motivation to stay on your path to rapid financial ascension and massive impact as a conscious entrepreneur. So the title of today's podcast episode is Bringing the Magic. And I have someone really special with you. You know, I'm really grateful for this woman's presence in my life. She's a constant source of joy, inspiration, and creativity. She's another soul sister of mine. I'm super happy to get to share her with you. Her name is Alejandra Bulovic, and she has this incredible work of doing headshot extravaganzas. She brings out the inner light in others, especially women entrepreneurs, when she's doing photo shoots for them. She has this incredible creative and spiritual visionary background, and we're going to get into it a little bit more as I share her with you. But when you look at her work online, every single photo that she takes has this wonderful luminosity and juicy, colorful inner glow. And what I found is that whenever I look at them, it really reflects her personality. I love seeing that come out of her. And for those of you who also follow her work on Facebook, she is so much fun on camera. She's an incredible personality. Allie B, thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Oh, honey, yay! I think I brought my bell. I have a bell. This is fantastic. Thank you for that lovely introduction.
Yay,
Aww.
You're so welcome. It's such a pleasure. So, for those who are listening in, this may be the first time that they're getting introduced to you. So, with that being said, and for some of my listeners, they know that I tend to do this during interviews, but if you could tell us what you do, but also the top 3 things that you are known for. It's really helpful for us to reframe and really get into your mind of what are the 3 things that you are known for in your business. Tell us.
Okay, so my name is Alejandra Bulovic, aka Ale B. Call Her Magic is the name of my business. I am originally from Argentina, and I've moved to New York 11 years ago. And the 3 things I'm really, really known for is for bringing joy to people, for activating their essence, and for being a brilliant genius wizard visually. I have the power to see something and make it happen. Not only visually, but also in heart and soul. So you really, really, when I work with, as you were saying, with the entrepreneur ladies or not, any lady I work with, it's not about the photograph. It's about the whole process and the whole journey, the whole experience that we take. That is why I decided to call it the Headshot Extravaganza experience, because I believe that experiences are the best things that we can collect in life. It's all about that experience that's going to look at me now.
I love it. Oh my goodness, goddess. And that energy of capturing a woman during a wonderful heightened experience really comes through in your work. So, I mean, that would explain that glow, that awesome glow.
Yeah, because I take you there. And I take you there first, but you take yourself there. Because the whole point of this is, yes, we can have great photographs. You can have a great selfie, good light, whatever, stand in front of a window. You can do that. But for you to be present in that moment, and for your true, authentic self to really be able to just shine. So when someone sees that photograph, they totally get you. They understand who you are, what you stand for. They bring that, you bring that magic, because at the end of the day, it's all about our own magic and how we activate it and have it with us. Like, oh my gosh, the things we can create with it. We can do anything. And I believe it's our duty to bring that magic to everything we do, wherever we go, whatever, however, whenever. Just bring the magic, because we are magic. We are magical beings. Yay!
Yeah.
And we need more. We need more magical beings. The planet needs all our magic to its fullest potential, people. Our house is on fire. And it's not in a good way. I'm real about it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, and this is so true now more than ever. I mean, there are a million reasons to look at the world and see darkness. But what I love about you, and I recognize my people, you and me, cut from the same cloth, is that instead of looking at the world and only seeing darkness, we're seeing where's the light, where's the love, and also where I can bring even more as well.
Exactly.
Would you agree? Yeah.
Exactly, you know, to everyone, no matter how old you are, it does not matter. I heard someone say yesterday, oh, I'm going to die of something anyway. And I'm like, are you seriously taking this life for granted like that? How can you, like, no, this is our party time. Right here on this planet, with the good, the bad, the ugly, let's make it the best we can. It's personal responsibility. It's personal responsibility. You know, I've changed because I really want to walk my talk. Otherwise, I cannot sell what I do. If I'm not there, I can't do it. I can't show up and tell you, oh, look, yes, I've got this amazing personality. And then I'm home and you can't even pick me up with a crane, you know? So I have, it's my duty, to my service to humankind to do the work. So start changing little habits. Instead of using the regular toothbrush, I'm switching to bamboo. Instead of using, the supermarket bags, I always carry a tote or something in my bag. You know, those little things, because I'm sorry, I'm going all the way to the climate change and to all these things, but it's resonating because it's so important these days that we start making a commitment for real. For real. You know, you hear people say, oh yes, I would love to have a child. Okay, before you choose to have the child, I'm not judging here, but before you choose to have the child, look around. What world are you leaving for that child? Because otherwise, you know, we're going to be gone, but they're going to have to take care of this. What are they going to be walking around in masks with oxygen tanks because there's no oxygen in our world? Because you see how I get? It's like,
I hear you.
Personal responsibility, I'm doing something. I signed up for Friday for Futures. I'm a super, super fan, follower, supporter, whatever to Greta. And let's bring in more Gretas into this world. Let's spark them up. Let's support them. Let's be there for them as adults, you know. They're having this is for everyone. If you're in New York, you can come and join on September the 20th. There's a big climate change thing. You can see I shared it on my Facebook page, Alibi style. And then we are doing art. We're creating art this weekend for that day. And these teens that are how do you say, loading the world on their shoulders? Because they're 12, 13, 14-year-olds, you know. They need our guidance in the best of way, just to be there for them and support them in every way we can. I'm going to go downtown and create climate change, let's save our world art.
Yay!
And do whatever in my power to contribute to this planet. Yes.
I'm curious because I love your fire and I love your determination to leave a better world behind, whether it's spreading joy or it's also spreading awareness. But I'm curious, Were you always this way? Like, did you pop out the
Yes.
womb ready to make the shift and to advocate and to be out, so out about
Yeah.
what you're passionate about? Or was there a point in time where something like kind of pushed you from one version of, say, Alejandra into the Ali B? Like, what would be, did you have some sort of an epiphany or an experience that was really formative that said, all right, I'm going to dedicate my life and business to this cause? I'm curious.
Well, so I realized after as I was mentioning before, I'm just telling your audience now, I took this trip to Europe. I was in Paris and in London. And Paris turned out to be a time for myself, and a time where I realized that my soul was really, really unhappy. And it was really mourning. It was sad, because I wasn't aware of the fact that the soul needs also the love and the nourishment and the time to heal from all the Notre Daming, Notre Dame
going up in flames.
Yeah, going up in flames, essence still the same, but then when we are in that dark spot and dark place, it's harder for us to see the light. It's harder, at least for me, to really release and not step into fear. And there's the trick. That's the little trick. So if, many times I was like, okay, check please, I'm ready to check off, bye. Ciao. No, I can't deal with this anymore. Bye. No. I just cannot do it anymore. Numb, sitting in the chair in front of the computer going, I feel nothing. Why am I here? What am I doing this? Why am I putting all this effort into doing what I do? And then when it gets the darkest and you just release because you have no more emotional strength to keep going, that's where you have no choice but to release, and the fear is kind of gone. And then the universe taps you on the shoulder in a very loving way and goes, you've got this. Here, look what's going to happen in the next 2 minutes. And then the next 2 minutes you get that call or you get that email or whatever, something or someone, a friend, whatever. And that's your moment where you go, okay, yes, let's do it. Let's go for it. So what happened was that I've always been like this. I'm a director, I'm an actor, I'm a set designer, I'm a. But I've developed all these gifts that were given to me and that I'm sure are given to you. And what I have always done in my life since I remember is unveiling those gifts in people, activating those gifts in people. So when I had my theater school, or when I was the theater director at a school in Argentina, I had the whole 500 school under me. And there was no such thing as, tree number 1, tree number 2. Everyone was involved on stage and backstage. And we had this thing which was very beautiful to watch, where the little ones were working with the 19-year-olds, because the 19 or 18-year-old, the bigger ones, the seniors were doing their set. So the seniors were learning how to make a play from scratch, from the back to the ground. And by switching into different positions, they were able to tap into their talents and to realize, oh my God, look, I'm great at this. Oh, I love doing this. And so I've been doing it all my life, and I wanted to take it further in Argentina, but unfortunately the country is not ready mindset-wise. So what I was feeling is that I was hitting my head on the ceiling, like bonk, 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 I had always been teaching and directing, giving. And I said, you know what? Okay, let's explore something else for me. And I came to New York, and I ended up at the hands of this amazing theater mentor who's a legend, like a 96-year-old legend. And my world just exploded when I came to New York, because it's up to us. We can make things happen. And here, you can actually make them happen. You don't have to row in dulce de leche, or visualize yourself rowing in caramel. Like, that's exhausting. But I came to New York, the whole fan opened up, and that's dangerous in my world. Because I'm a creative and I've got ideas all the time and I want to make them all happen. But there's only one me, so at some point what happened was that I'm representing this skincare line. This was about 4 years ago. I'm representing this super chic celebrity skincare line, amazing. So I'm going to all these wonderful places, wonderful in inverted commas, right? Because wonderful is according to perspective. But Bergdorf Goodman, Barney's New York, you know, all these choo-choo-choo, whoa, poo-poo-poo, poo-poo-poo, indeed. Because what happened is that they try to keep everyone like a soldier. You know, Barney's was the worst place, but it was the most amazing one because it's the one that gave me one of the, Barney's, you are not, so I wasn't hired by Barney, so I kind of had my own rules, but you still have to play by the rules of the whole floor, you know. So Barney's, you're not allowed to approach a customer. The customer has to approach you. So you are standing behind a counter like a soldier, and you have the people walk by, and you just look at them and smile. Can you imagine me trying? Are you still there? Oh, there you go. So this Mexican couple comes by and they're speaking Spanish to the Russian lady who's next to me. The Russian lady does not speak Spanish, so I intercede to just help, you know, and I start talking to the lady, and of course the lady starts talking to me, and ha ha ha, ho ho ho, hoo hoo hoo. When they leave, the Russian lady comes to me and she goes, don't you dare talk to a client of mine again. Do you understand me? And I'm like, whoa, woman, chill. Like mafia, total mafia. And that was one of the moments where like, okay, I'm not helping anyone here. I've learned what I had to learn from all this experience. It's time to move on. And I had been managing a spa in Soho, and then I had a really good relationship with a lab here in New York who creates the most amazing makeup line. So I talked to them and I said, hi, it's me, Alibi. I had already been incorporating the Alibi ever since I arrived in New York. And they were like, yes, go ahead. Of course, we can do this for you. We'll make it easy. And I started my makeup line.
Woo!
Yay. Because the other thing is that the BS that you see in the industry, I was like, no, not anymore, you know. Like the skincare line that I was representing was amazing, but they were like, oh, you have to show the celebrities, talk about the celebrities. And I'm like, the celebrity is the person that's standing in front of me that is going to pay your bills and buy your product. That's who you take care of. You don't take care of Madonna, who has more than $1 trillion. She can afford the 700 facial you offer. Like, you have to take care of the everyday people. What are you talking, man? It was crazy. And then all these places, you know, Bergdorf Goodman, and unfortunately, the way the system is set up, all the sales representatives are exhausted. They're overworked. They're not taken care of. So the love got lost in that. They are not seeing people in front of them, like a person, just to connect with them. And that's when I said, okay, I have to do this my way. I want to do it the way I am. It took many scary. Like, it was really, guys, seriously, I'm telling you, it's scary to take that leap of faith and trust in yourself. It's freaking scary because you go, I have to pay my bills and I have to pay the rent and I live in New York and I do this and well, how am I going to do that? How am I going to do it? But once you take that leap, the universe rearranges itself for our best interest right now. That's right. Because that's what happened, you know, and it's not, hey, from one day to the other, I went to $10,000 a month. No. You keep rowing your boat, but this time you are the leader, you are the captain, it's your boat, your rules. You can make this magic happen. So that's what happened. Moving to New York, that big moment of saying, okay, yeah, I think I can do this. And I wasn't even believing that much in myself when I decided to do it, because that came after, that is something we foster in ourselves. We have to work on it every single moment by moment. There is no magic wand. The magic is in us. It's not outside. It's in us, right? You can use your magic wand to others, for others, yeah, so that they come and play your game, basically.
Yes.
But the truth is that we're always waiting for the salvation outside. Salvation is not outside, it's in us. So moment to moment work, you have your ups, you have your downs, but at the end of the day, you're being true to yourself. And what other best thing is in life than being true to yourself? Yes. And then you get surrounded with amazing community like Victoria right here, so that's another thing that happened to me, meeting all of you guys, of course, and I'm sending you my heart, baby, because you have this loving way of just putting the mirror in front of me. I'm going to speak personally. So that's what I do with the people I work, right? I put the mirror in front of them and say, wow, look at this. Look at this amazing being. Now you can feel, can you feel it? Can you feel it? And once you feel it, you can never go back. Never, ever. So you surround yourself with people that are going to celebrate you, uplift you, encourage you, that they see your light. The people you surround yourself with is key. Key, period.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh my goddess, this is so juicy. So is that what you would say to someone, like maybe they're listening in right now and they're at the end of their rope, they're at their wit's end and ready to throw in the towel? Would you say that it's about making sure that you have people around you or bringing magic? Like, what would you say to whoever's listening in right now that they have the option to throw in the towel, but what would you say? I'm curious.
So the first thing I would say is, hold on, little tomato. You've got this. You can totally do it. I say that to myself. I say that to myself all the time. Then the other thing is connect to how you're feeling. Connect really, really. Be true to yourself. Like, you have to connect, because I've been in very dark places, and I am very grateful for the parents I had, for the opportunities in life, the upbringing. You know, we all have our traumas, in our own way, but down deep, when I had those days where it's like, okay, seriously, universe, I'm ready to check out. This is seriously ready. Bye. Down deep, I knew that what I was saying was total BS.
Yes!
It's like there's no way out, because, if you feel that if you're listening to this, you feel that you have a purpose, that there's more to whatever you're doing. That is why you're choosing to navigate your own boat, your own ship, your own yacht, your own, whatever you want to call it. But the minute that we decide to do that, it's because we understand that we are in service of, and we understand that there's magic to be done. So my advice is, go to your toolbox, which you have, because life provides a lot of tools. Just open it up and start playing with your different tools. Eventually, there is going to be one of them that is going to help you to move one emotion up, right? It's impossible to go from depressed to super happy, joyful, unless you take a drug, which I highly not recommend. I highly not recommend, because it's not real. It's not real. We want it real. We want real. It's not. So I haven't tried it, by the way, but you know, that's what they say. Yeah, no, whatever. No.
Well, for what it's worth, I've tried a few things, and the simulation is fun for a moment, and then you realize you have no control. And when you realize you have no control over, you know, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're smoking, whatever you're taking, the minute you realize you have no control, for me, the minute I realized that I had no control over what was happening in me was the minute that I realized, oh, this is a simulation. This is not really the real me.
Totally. You were in Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small world after all.
After all. I worked for Disney. Woo! Woo! Another story. Another story, another time.
Yeah. Oh,
so how hard is the fall? Because that's what I suppose, that once you snap out of it, it's like the void and the emptiness must be hard to navigate.
Yeah. And that's why, I mean, it's 4 years ago now, and it's interesting to say this because I'm so happy to be sober, and I'm only saying it started 4 years ago. Like, I've been in business and doing all this stuff for the last 8 years, on my spiritual journey for the last 13, and all of that. So, but yeah, truth be told, sobriety began for me 4 years ago, completely. And it was that coming down.
Wow.
What happened for me, and this is just for me, I'm not saying this to pass judgment on anyone who uses any kind of like drug, you know, or
we do the
smoke
best
or drink or whatever.
We do the best we can.
Yeah, everyone's on their own journey.
Exactly.
What happened to me in particular was that on one of those come downs, after the chemical starts clearing from your body, you start detoxing it after it had its effectiveness on me, and I tried to do a meditation, and there was this voice that kind of came out of nowhere. And to anyone who knows me, you know that I speak to my spirit guides and all that stuff, and all of that, and speak to my family that's passed on and all of that. Yeah. This was another voice from somewhere else saying, why are you poisoning yourself, Victoria? And it felt like a consciousness higher than me. It felt like a universal consciousness is saying, why are you trying to poison yourself? Why are you trying to kill yourself, essentially? And, you know, this was like me in relationship to having like a glass of wine or, you know, a nice little smoke of something, right? Or I used to smoke cigarettes for years. But so I used to think, oh, this is harmless. This is just something recreational that I'm enjoying. And also a way of maintaining the relationships that I had at the time. But this voice coming saying, why are you trying to poison yourself? You have so much work to do.
Oh, yeah. Booyah. Yeah.
That like hit me like a metric ton of bricks to the point where when I would look at something that would alter my state, no matter how like, oh, it's not that strong or whatever, or stuff like that, that became equated with I'm trying to shut down this purpose, and I don't align with that. I don't believe with that anymore. So that's my drug and alcohol story for me personally. Yeah. Just made me think of that.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you, because at the end of the day, what did you do? You activated your essence. Authentically.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I can't say that choosing a life of being sober is easier.
No, of course not, because we have to do the work. That's the thing. We have to do the work. We are aware of the fact that we have to do the work.
And
moment to moment.
As you say, Ali, there's magic to be done. There really is. And that's the work, showing up for the magic to be done. And so goddess.
Call her
Thank
magic.
you.
Like, I remember the name of my, can I share the name of my business?
Yeah.
So I had this very dark experience in New York City. I went to jail and I got handcuffed and all because I was with my magic in the streets. I thought, of course, what's going to happen if they see the light coming out? Right? But all that experience where I totally lost control of my own life. I had no control over anything. That was freaky. That was very, like, it went back to thinking about all the slaves and the tortured people and the war prisoners and all the females that were burnt and the witches. Like, seriously, my mind was doing some real cleansing at that point. Now I know, but at that point I was not aware of it. So after that experience, it really made me, it was a big kick in my butt because it made me step up to get my license to be out there if I want to be out there, to get my business in shape, you know. So I go to do my business certificate to whatever, and I was going to call it Ale B Style. Ale stands for Alejandra, which is my name, and the B as in beautiful. So Ale B Style. So I'm trying to say Ale B Style. And 3 days before, Ama, you are familiar with whom Ama is. Ama is a hugging
guru.
She's a hugging guru. She comes to New York every July. She does a North American tour, but every time she's in New York, ever since I arrived in New York 11 years ago, I've been going to her program, and I'm a volunteer there. I do a kids program for the family, and then I'm there information. I love it. I just love to it's love to love and to love and to love. It's fantastic. So I was thinking about my business, you know, and my purpose, and I had this thing happen, and there was another thing that happened before that really shook me up. And this thing about the light and the magic was coming around. I had it in my head. And I go to the market that they have there when Amma comes in, and I'm buying a couple of things, and I had to go and do something else. So I tell the ladies there, just save it for me, I'll come back for it. So I leave and I go and see Amma, and I'm on stage with Amma, and I'm wearing one of my top hats, and she blesses my top hat, and this business thing kept going in my head, right? What is it that I'm creating? What is it? Just show me the path, show me what. And when I go back to pick up that thing that I had bought, the lady couldn't remember my name, but they all call me Magic there. Like the little kids, and everybody goes, Magic, Magic, Magic. So the lady wrote on the bag, and I have the bag right there, she wrote, call her Magic. That's exactly what I did when I read that. I was like, oh my God, Amma. And I had this in my head, right? So I go to the business thing to do the whole shebang. And I'm like, okay, shall I do call her Magic or Ale B Style? Call her Magic. Well, okay, let's try Ale B Style. And the lady goes, oh, for Ale, if you want to use your name, you have to bring this paper and this other thing and this other thing. And I'm like, okay, thank you, universe. I got it. Just call her Magic. And that's what it is. And the funny thing is that, you know, how things come around is fascinating to watch. And how every little bump, obstacle, celebration, every step that we took in the past is such a transformative thing for our future, for our now, not for our future. But yes, the step we take now is going to transform our future. So just being here, present in the moment, it's good to look back. It's not good to live back. Like, oh, when I lose those pounds, then no. Or I remember when I used to be thinner. No. You're here right now with muffin top, with double chin, without it, with boobylicious. Embrace that right now. So what happened was that call her Magic now, after my trip and after the celebration of my soul being happy again and really shining the way it's supposed to, We're getting there every moment to moment. But after that, all this be magic, bring magics just kept bumping in my head. And I realized that that's what it's about. It's just we have the power to bring that magic. So now the call her magic makes so much sense to the message. Like the messages are aligning in such a perfect way. It's fascinating to watch. That's why, if I may add, if you're ready to throw in the towel, you're feeling exhausted, reach out to Victoria, reach out to me. I'm here for you. Whatever I do, however I do, I'm here to just help you bring that magic back to yourself, to your life. Because when we have it in us, we create the ripple effect. It's automatically shared with the rest of the world. Thank you
so
for
beautiful.
that. Oh my gosh, that was
Thank you. It was so beautiful. So I'm feeling so full of your light right now and so full of gratitude. Like for not just for me, but for all of us that are listening in, or if you're watching the live stream, right, or listening in on the podcast, we want to know, Ali, where can we celebrate you? Like, you have such an incredible message.
All right.
And so much love. Where can we go to celebrate you? Is it a website or a social media, or where are we going?
I would highly appreciate if you go. My website is, of course, under process, because the website is an extension of me. So as I evolve, my website is going to evolve. And you know what, guys? It's fine if it takes a little longer. Let's just be easy on ourselves and get out of our heads. Get out of our heads and into our hearts. That's how you get out of a dark spot. Get out of your head and into your heart. So which is the tool that can help you do that? For me, it's dancing. Instant. So find the tool. You can celebrate me at Call Her Magic, like CALL, like call me, baby, baby, call me now. Well, so we're changing to call her magic now. Don't forget.
I love it.
Call Her Magic is my website. And then if you want to support the cause, you can go to Instagram. It's Ale, ALEB, as in beautiful, and then the word style, or Call Her Magic, and you'll find a way to me, and I'll find a way to you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Please do, everyone, go check out and celebrate Ali V. Her work is beautiful.
Check my shenanigans.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's such a wonderful. Whenever I get to tune into you, like, there's so many laughs and nuggets of wisdom. It's so filling. Thank you for all the magic that you do in the world.
My pleasure, honey. Thank you for having me here.
My pleasure too. So, turning it over now to our listeners, I want to thank you for your support. And if this is your first podcast, hello, welcome to the Journeypreneur Podcast. Yay! So good to have you. Please make sure that you subscribe and hit that 5-star review button on iTunes. And in there, please make sure that you drop a note right in there, the little comment section. What was your favorite nugget from Ali B today? What inspired you the most about her or our exchange that may be able to touch someone who's scrolling through iTunes and give them the inspiration that they need to click through and listen to this episode, right, and get their inspiration that they need to continue on their path. So without further ado, I'd love to let you know that the retreats still have spots open. You could go to victoriawhitfield.com/retreats if you'd like to join us for another 2-day live of meditation and masterminds with other spiritual entrepreneurs like yourself. And without further ado, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank to you, Ali V, as well, for being present here. We love you.
You can do magic. You can do anything that you desire. Magic. I
love it. I love you. I love you so much.
Thank you, honey. Mwah.
And to our listeners, as always, this is how I end every episode. Please Remember to enjoy the journey. Do not lose your glow as you grow in life and business. And we'll see you in the next podcast episode. Bye for now.